Alright guys, it's Wednesday. You guys know what that means. It's time for this week's top 10 video. So this week I was thinking about ghosts, my own ghost experiences, and I was wondering, what are the most haunted places on Earth? Because that's pretty interesting. Now, for you skeptics out there who are going to watch this video and say, oh, that's fake, it's all fake, everything's fake about it. Well, I've had two ghost experiences in my life. One at a hotel, and one right there in my bedroom. And the one in my bedroom I actually got a picture of. Now, I didn't see the ghost in person. I didn't, look over and be like, hey, there's a ghost! No, I actually got a picture of it because I was testing the flash on my iPhone, or this iPhone right here. I was testing the flash on it to see how well it would do in pure darkness. So I took a picture, and then when I looked back at the picture, something really freaked me out about it. Alright guys, this is my famous ghost picture. If you guys see anything, please let me know. Alright? Nothing? You don't see anything? Alright, well then look in the bottom left corner, right here. This is what I'm talking about right here. This is my ghost encounter right here. So, if you can't see this right here, I'll kind of highlight what I see. So I see it as an angel. Not really a ghost, but an angel. So this is the body right here, if you can't tell. This is the body, and then over here is the wing. That's one wing. That's the right wing. And this is the left wing right here. You can see that. The left wing, and then here's the hood, and the little opening in the hood where the face is, but it's all darkness. So that's what I see. So that means it's either like angel darkness, or it's my guardian angel. I'm not sure, but this kind of is like, whoa, it kind of blows my mind because that's my room that this is in. It's weird. So I brighten this up with using my phone filter, not Photoshop, but using a phone thing. Now, you know how you can brighten pictures on like an iPhone? Yeah, that's what I did. I didn't use any Photoshop. None of this is Photoshopped, but here we go. I brightened it up, and you can see now like the wings and the hood and the body a lot better. So this kind of freaks me out. It looks like an angel to me, so let me know what you guys think of it, and yeah, let's get to the video. Without further ado, I give you the 10 most haunted places on Earth. Number 10, Island of the Dolls in Mexico. I know what this sounds like, and let me just let you know that it is exactly what it sounds like. It is an island covered completely in dolls. It is located in a lake in Mexico City, and is very, very creepy. The story goes that a man named Julian moved to the island despite being married with a young family. He was unaware of the dark history of the area when he moved there to become a recluse. Legend says that three young girls were playing near the water in the 1920s when one of the girls fell and drowned in the murky waters. Locals believe that ever since her death, she has been unable to leave the island and therefore haunting it. The story goes that as soon as he moved to the island, the little girl that died started talking to him, and then shortly after that, dolls started washing up on the beach. Hundreds over the years, but so every single day, new dolls would wash up on the beach, and then so the little girl, I don't know if the little girl told him to do this or not, but he started hanging the dolls from trees, which is a perfectly normal thing to do if, you find dolls on the beach. Just hang them from a tree. It's perfectly normal. Another story says that instead of finding the dolls, he would actually buy them by selling fruits and vegetables that he grew on the island. But so he would buy these dolls so he could play with the girl and to appease the girl's thirst for dolls. But over the years, he told his nephew that it was becoming increasingly difficult to appease the girl's thirst for dolls, and he became seemingly worried that the girl wanted him to join her in her watery grave. The same day of this discussion, the nephew returned to the island to say hi to his uncle, and he found his uncle face down in the canal. His body was in the same spot that the first girl had drowned 70 years before. Today, the island is a hotspot for tourism and ghost adventurers. Number 9. This is one of the most secure places in the entire US of A. Who would have thought that the world famous White House, the place where the president lives, would be on this list? It was built in the 1800s, so it kind of makes sense that it would have one or two hauntings. In fact, the White House is actually one of the most haunted residences in the entire US. Paranormal activity has been noticed by White House staff and foreign dignitaries. Prime Minister of the United Kingdom Winston Churchill was staying in the Lincoln bedroom. He had just finished bathing, and he was walking back to his suite where he saw Abraham Lincoln standing right in front of the fireplace. He refused to stay in that room again after that. Andrew Jackson is believed to be haunting the Rose Room. Many employees of the White House have reported hearing his laughter in his room or him in a fit of rage swearing violently. Various other phenomena have also been seen, including past employees, presidents like Thomas Jefferson and John Tyler, First Lady Dolly Madison, and a British soldier. There is also sudden cold spots, disembodied footsteps, voices, knocks, and screams. Glad to know the president's safe. Number 8. Banff Springs Hotel in Alberta, Canada. Built over 125 years ago, this hotel has a fair amount of ghost stories. Reports include the sighting of a bride who fell down a staircase, breaking her neck after panicking when her dress caught fire. Her apparition has been seen on the stairs and in the ballroom dancing, with many reporting flames from the back of her dress. The main story told by locals is that there was a family murdered in room 873. The door to this room has been since bricked up, but the family that lost their life in this room are still seen to this day, often in the hallway outside the room. Number 7. Fort George in Nova Scotia, Canada. It is considered Canada's most haunted historical site. It has received hundreds of ghost sightings over the years. It is over 300 years old, being built in 1749 and reconstructed in 1856. Tons of apparitions are witnessed to walk the grounds here, with one visitor claiming to see a soldier in uniform walk into one of the rooms in the prison yard and simply vanish. There is also a little girl who appears during the ghost tours and follows the groups, with many group members witnessing her holding their hands. Number 6. Ancient Ram Inn in England. Built in 1145, Ancient Ram Inn is believed to be the most haunted house in the entire British Isles, and perhaps the world. Tales of child sacrifices, devil worship, and evil spirits are believed to be behind the terrifying happenings of this building. It is even believed to be built on ancient pagan burial ground. During its time as a bed and breakfast, people would often flee in the middle of the night, often seeing full-body apparitions in their rooms, the feeling of being touched or pulled, disembodied voices, or just the general feeling of evil. John, the current owner and resident of Ram Inn, has reported that on his first night in the house in 1968, he felt a presence grab his arm before being dragged out of bed and across the room. John has since found evidence of devil worship and ritual sacrifice. He found 2 child skeletons underneath the staircase, as well as broken daggers. He continues to experience the hauntings and the attacks to this day. Why would he want to live there? Number 5. The Tower of London in London, England. With a history of torture and execution going back over 900 years, the Tower of London is regarded to be one of the most haunted places in the UK. There are many apparitions in the tower, but one of the most famous is the wife of Henry VIII. She was beheaded in 1536. Her headless body is seen walking the corridors near her demise. One of the most spine-chilling reports is the mysterious appearance of 2 children. They have been witnessed throughout the rooms of the castle, often seen in their nightgowns, holding hands with a look of terror in their faces. They are believed to be the 2 former princes. Number 4. Castle of Good Hope in Cape Town, South Africa. The first reported paranormal occurrence was when an apparition of a tall gentleman was seen in 1915 in one of the castle's ramparts. The man wasn't seen again until 1947, when he was seen on a regular basis over a 2-week period. He would be seen jumping off the side of one of the castle walls and walking between rooms. Number 3. The Monte Cristo Homestead in Drune, New South Wales is regarded as one of the most haunted locations in Australia. Its reputation is believed to stem from all the tragic events that have happened on the property. From the time of its construction up to 1985, the Coyote family owned and resided in this property. During the time, the family laid witness to many deaths, including the tragic death of a young child who was dropped down the stairs, a maid to the family who is believed to have fallen from the balcony, and a stable boy apparently burned to death on their property. There is also a mentally ill man named Harold, the son of the caretaker, who was chained up in the caretaker's cottage for 40 years. He was found curled up next to the body of his dead mother and sent to a mental institution where he died shortly after. And the tragedy doesn't end with the crawlies. I mean, why would it? No, after the house was left in 1948, it was taken over by a group of caretakers, one of whom was murdered in the caretaker's cottage. Number 2. Waverly Hills Sanatorium in Kentucky, USA. Built in 1910, over 63,000 patients have believed to died there. Ghost hunters, or just people in general, are encouraged to explore the building. There are a vast amount of varying reports, including full-body apparitions, fleeing shadows, screams from empty rooms, footsteps, sudden cold spots, and disembodied voices, among many others. Number 1. Eastern State Penitentiary in Pennsylvania, in the great country of the USA. Built in 1829, the Eastern State Penitentiary is a former prison in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. It is known to be the creator of solitary confinement, which, if you don't know what that means, it means the prisoner is in like a small, usually white room where he has no interaction with any humans or anything. He's completely confined. He never has any interaction with anybody besides himself. And so, due to this method, a lot of people that are in solitary confinement go insane. Reports include shadowy figures that seem to quickly turn away when approached, a dark figure that is occasionally seen in the guard tower. Ghouly faces have been witnessed in cell block 4. Shadowy figures have been seen sliding down walls in cell block 6. An evil cackling is heard coming from cell block 12, and strange sounds such as disembodied footsteps, distant talking, and the banging of cell doors have been also heard. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you guys like this video, please like, comment, and subscribe. If you want to help my channel grow, please share my video to your friends. And check out my Vine, Twitter, and Instagram accounts. The links will be in the description below. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out, guys.
Hey! There's something. Oh my god! Oh, just kidding! I died! There's something very far. I was like, what?
How are you?
Hey!
I'm great! Are
You
you
scared me.
two not just the handsomest devils I've seen in ages?
Asshole! You scared me! Look at your ass.